The Tale of Ryuken Tengai, a Samurai's Vengeance. In a land veiled by mist and honor, where the cherry blossoms fell like whispers of forgotten battles, lived Ryuken Tengai, a samurai of unmatched prowess. Once a devoted husband and father, his life revolved around his family and the traditions of his ancestors. But fate, cruel and unforgiving, shattered his world in a single night. The moon hung low, casting a silver glow upon his village when the attack came. Raiders, driven by greed and vengeance, swept through with fire and steel. By the time Ryuken arrived from the northern mountains, drawn by the smoke, it was too late. His family lay lifeless amid the ruins of their once peaceful home. The cries of his son, the gentle laughter of his wife, silenced forever. Ryuken fell to his knees, his katana slipping from his grasp as his roar of anguish echoed across the mountains. In that moment, he made a vow. He would not rest until those responsible paid for their crimes. His blade would become the instrument of justice, his heart the forge of unrelenting vengeance. The journey of retribution. Ryuken donned his darkened armor, scarred from countless battles, and strapped his family's ancestral katana to his side. This was no longer a weapon of mere steel. It was a symbol of his wrath, a beacon of honor stained by loss. His enemies were no ordinary bandits. They were the Red Serpent Clan, a group notorious for their savagery and cunning, led by the enigmatic Lord Kaizen. He began his hunt with relentless focus, traveling through shadowed forests and treacherous mountain passes. In every village he passed, he asked only one question: "Where can I find the Red Serpents?" The mention of their name brought fear, but whispers always followed, pointing him closer to his prey. One night, Ryuken arrived at a dilapidated shrine, where an old monk awaited him as if foretold by the gods. The monk offered him a simple bowl of rice and words of wisdom. Vengeance burns bright, but it consumes all it touches. Let your honor guide your blade, not hatred. Ryuken nodded in silence, the weight of his quest pressing harder against his soul. The final confrontation. After months of pursuit, Ryuken tracked the Red Serpents to a fortress deep in the Valley of Despair. Under the cover of night, he scaled its walls, his movements silent as a shadow. One by one, the guards fell to his blade, their cries of alarm muffled by the cold steel of his katana. Finally, he stood before Lord Kaizen, a towering figure draped in crimson armor. "You destroyed my family," Ryuken growled, his voice like thunder. Kaizen laughed, his voice dripping with malice. "And now, you will join them." The battle that ensued shook the fortress to its core. Ryuken moved like a tempest, his blade singing a deadly song as it clashed against Kaizen's. Each strike was fueled by his love for his family and his unyielding honor. The final blow came when Ryuken, with a roar that seemed to split the heavens, drove his katana through Kaizen's heart. As Kaizen fell, Ryuken stood victorious, but hollow. The vengeance he sought was complete, but the emptiness of his loss remained. He left the fortress, walking into the dawn with the weight of his family's memory guiding his steps. From that day, Ryuken Tengai became a wandering warrior, a protector of the weak, and a beacon of honor in a world stained by darkness. Though his heart carried the scars of his past, his spirit burned bright, ensuring that no other would endure the pain he once suffered.